Hey, what's up guys? It's Art Book Addiction here, and we're here with a new art book review. So today, we're going to be looking at the Ashley Wood Reader. But before we start the video guys, please hit that subscribe button and leave a like on the video, because right now, I looked at the analytics and it shows that 93% of my viewership is not subscribed. So I'm like, holy shit, dude. That's ridiculous, man. So please hit that subscribe, help out the channel, and you know, you'll have more content, right? See, and you can see the next Ashley Wood Reader, right? Because he's made two. So Ashley Wood, right? Talked about him before. Love his work. This book in particular focuses primarily on his oil painting work, right? Which I am a huge fan of. I love his ink stuff, but his painting stuff is just fantastic to me, and I just really love it, man. Because, you know, I'm a painter myself, and just seeing his work and just seeing the quality that it has, I just eat it up. Like, look at this texture, man. Look at all this crazy ass texture. But like I said, if you guys don't know Ashley Wood, he did some work, some comic work for Metal Gear Solid, right? He made the omnibus for Metal Gear Solid, and I also think that he did a lot of the artwork for Portable Ops and for Peace Walker. Yeah, he's the guy who did all the little cutscenes and stuff for Peace Walker, in addition to Yoji, right? So yeah, that's kind of how he's known. But right now he's doing his own stuff, and if you know about Ashley Wood, you know that his artwork is highly collectible, and his art books are, you know, once they're sold, they're hard to find, and like they rarely go into second printing, right? So this book cost about, I think, 45 or 40, yeah, somewhere around there, somewhere around that price point. And I gotta say, it's a fantastic book. I really am a huge fan of the square format, right? I believe this should be, hold on, let me see, let me get the ruler. This is a let's see, about 8.5 by 8, yeah. So it's about like it's an 8x8 art book, right? Nothing wrong with that. I'm a huge fan of square formatting. You know, I don't know why, just like it. You know, maybe I like it because people hate it. You know, people are like, oh, dude, you can't have squares, man. And I'm like, what's wrong with squares? You know, like squares are, there's nothing wrong with them, dude. You know, people were like, oh, dude, 4x3, dude, fuck 4x3, and I'm like, there is nothing wrong with 4x3, man. You just gotta give it a chance. You know. And I guess with art books it doesn't really matter, but yeah. Let's stop blabbing, and let's just jump right into this book, right? Let's get in there. All right, so let's get into this. So we got 7147. That's the print publishing. Here we go. 7174 publishing. So we got a nice impasto painting right here, Muse, right? I'm sure this is just like a little close-up of a painting, right? And they have this nice little W for Ashley Wood. Yeah, very nice. Ashley Wood Reader, #1. Yeah. So I actually do have the second one. So that mainly comprises of his ink drawings. So you guys be able to see that later. Ooh, look at that. Bro. Look at this texture, bro. Look at that. Clack, 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 clack. I love that shit, bro. Ooh. Yeah, that palette knife. Whack, 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 whack. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. Here we go. So here we go. We have some kind of robot man, right, with a beautiful Asian woman, right, a woman of the Orient, beautiful. And look how look how like loose it is, right? It's so loose, but there's parts like the face that are, you know, tight, but it's also it's also so very like flat, and oh my god, I just love it. I just love this shit, bro. Like I think he paints on wood. Yeah, he definitely paints on wood. You can tell by the texture. And once I started using wood, I started to understand like how he can get these cool effects, man. Like look at that, man. Look at this effect right here. This is like super watered down. Like this almost looks like ink right here. You know, like just a splotch. And man, these are so cool. Look at all these little strokes right here. It's such a huge cacophony of textures and style, and just, oh my god, I love it, man. I just love his work so much. It has so much impact. Yeah. I don't work like him, but goddamn do I admire the way he works, man. And I definitely want to try to incorporate some of his style, because it just has this like really like weird haunting quality about it, and I just love it, man. Here we go. So we have another swordman on top of a giant robot head, right? That. And he always has this kind of like, he always uses like this, maybe this is like Naples yellow or something, but he always has this kind of like warm quality to his paints, mixed with like this very subtle blue, right? Sorry if the camera's moving. The boy is up here and he's sniffing around. Hopefully he won't get into the shot, but he has in the past, so I'm not too hopeful about that. Yeah, but you can see right here, I don't know if you guys could see it, but there's like this nice subtle texture of the gessoing right here. Yeah, so you know, I know he's painting on wood, man, because it has this quality about it that you just don't get from canvas, and it's just lovely. Here we go. Yeah, more badass guys, man. They're just fucking cool, and I love these close-ups. Like, look at this schlack of paint right here. Look at this viscous. Clack. Yeah, I definitely want to start painting more impasto myself. You know, just getting that nice, you know, I just want to get a glob of paint, just slap it on that shit. Boom, dude. Uh-oh. Hold up. The boy's doing something. Sorry about that. My cat was eating some of my papers, and that's no good. Can't have that, right? But we're back. We're back into it. Let's see. Oh man, look at that. Yeah, see, look at that. It almost looks like just wall spackling right here, like just straight up plaster. Oh my goodness. And it has such cool effect on the painting. Like, this painting is cool on its own, you know what I mean? But like with the texture, it just really makes it just fantastic, man. I just really enjoy that shit, bro. Look at this one. Yeah. Like, you can still see a lot of the texture here. And it's just fun, man. It just seems like so much fun. Like, not caring about how, like, what level of thickness your paint is, you know. It's almost like I said, it looks like it's painted on a wall, like some old-ass wall with a bunch of plaster on it. There we go. See, this one was done in canvas, right? You could tell. You could see by the way how uniform you could tell by how uniform the pattern is behind it, that this is definitely on a canvas right here. Yeah, makes a difference, man. They look a lot different. Yeah, wood is a lot smoother, and I've you know, I used to be a canvas man, and I've become a heretic, and I've gone wood, right? Look at that. Yeah, look at this quality, man. Like, it's just so, like, haunting, man. It's just, like, there, but not there. And You have these like weird shadow figures in the background, you know. And I know they're robots and shit, but like, you know, if you're not familiar with his work, it has such a crazy quality about it. There we go. I want to say, you know, if you're not familiar with his work, there's gonna be some not safe for work stuff in here. Okay, I'm just gonna tell you right now, there's gonna be some not safe for work stuff. Right? This is cool. This is all like the you know, cool robot war shit, but there's gonna be a lot of sexy stuff in here. Okay, so I'm just warning you right now. There's gonna be a lot of like art erotica shit, right? So just warning you. Man, look at the way he just globs his paint down. Glap, 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 glap. Right, and everything is like kind of like this bluish, right? But then you have the robot, which has this really nice warm tone to it, right? And look at the way he does the smoke. It's just, you know, with like really thick, not thick, with a really big brush. And he's actually painting thinly. You know, funnily enough, he's painting very thinly with a really washed down like blue and I think burnt umber. Yeah, look at that. Really gives it that kind of like an old paint style. Really interesting. Really nice. And like, even if you don't like, even if you don't like the painting, I feel like you could just enjoy it as like a visual spectacle. Like, you know, it's just like whoa, dude, what am I looking at? And you kind of just have to decipher it. But it's also like, you know, right there, like you know what you're looking at, right? So it has that kind of like nice back and forth between the void and reality. You know, we've got another same guy, right? Ashley Wood is a really fantastic draftsman, and you can see that in his ink work. And I like how loose he just gets, man. He just is willing to play fast and loose sometimes, and it just really creates this nice result, man. Just some fantastic stuff. I mean, look at this robot guy. Like, I could tell that he's mostly silhouette, but you can tell, like, by the way he's painting it, like, there's mechanical bits, and you could see how every little piece connects together, without having to make it super refined. Yeah. Just fucking cool, man. Look at that. Look at the way, like, this foot almost, like, just disappears, but, like, the best way to look at these paintings sometimes is, to see if it's working, is just to squint, man. Just squint and see, like, oh, it's right there. It's all right there. It all makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, you can see why I love his paint work, man. It just has this cool quality that you don't get from artists nowadays. Look at that. Oh! Here we go. So, now we're entering some sexy stuff, right? Yeah. So we got a robot right here. You know, we got attached to her attached to the robot is a woman, right? And as you can see, he's not afraid of drawing those lady bits, right? Those oh so coveted lady bits. Yeah. We have some flowers right here. Yeah. Look at that. Look at this. Look at the schlack. Click, click, clack, click, clack, 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 click. And then you have these flowers, which are actually painted very, very thinly. You know, it's very transparent. So cool, man. So cool. Yeah. Did he do the white on top, or did he do the white and then paint on top? I think he did the white on top to help shape it out. Because you can tell right here that he's trying to add energy to it. Oh, here we go. Now we have a woman robot, right? With some nice stiletto legs, right? Reminds me of Patrick in the SpongeBob movie when he comes out with his fishnets. Yeah. But on top is a big machine gun thing, right? It's really cool, and like I said, it has a lot of lost and found quality to it. Really nice texture. Here we have one that's a little bit more refined. You can see the silhouette, but like I said, you can see the heels, you know, the woman shape, and then big ass machine gun, dude. right? What's the story? I have no fucking clue, but it's cool, right? What I like about his painting is that there doesn't really need to be a narrative quality, even though he does do comics. It's just aesthetic, man. Yeah. Some artists, man, they're just there to make stuff look cool, right? I'm a big fan of narrative, but I see a lot of artists that just work and they just make really cool looking shit. You know what I mean? Like my friend Ryan Berry, right? He just focuses on cool shit, right? Focuses on making things look cool as opposed to doing narrative. And he wants to do narrative stuff too, but you know how it is, right? Some artists are there just to make cool drawings, and some are there to put a lot of story into stuff, and you could be one or the other. It doesn't matter. It's not a crime to be either. There you go. So right now, I remember I saw this one, and the title of this one is called Feeding the God, right? And you can see there's a Snorlax right here. I'm assuming this is a Snorlax because he's very Snorlaxy, right? And if you can't tell, there's something going on right here. So I'm not sure, right? But I know Ashley's work, right? So I could surmise what's kind of going on here, right? He's got his big old schlong out, right? There is a spray that works its way through the entire canvas, right? And a little bit of a rain coming down, right? And we got a nice, beautiful woman right here, right? Just taking it in, you know what I mean? Just taking it in, and that's all I gotta say about it, man. That's exactly what it is, and it's exactly what you see, man. Semen. Oh! Speaking of semen, yeah. This one is like a very high-key painting, right? Very art erotica, right? I don't think there's much explaining needing to be done right here. Clearly we have I think this is a guy. Pretty sure this is a guy. We have a guy, we got the two women, right? And they're helping each other out. It's a team effort right here. Some co-op action, right? But let's go in there and focus on that quality of paint, man. Look at that. Yeah, I swear, dude, it seems like he's painting on straight up walls. With how the plaster is working and shit, and how the way he gessos. He has all these little chunky bits. Oh my god, it's just fantastic, man. Yeah. Look at the way he paints the foot, where he has like this kind of negative shape right here. Right? He doesn't need the whole foot. He just needs to paint this negative shape, and it's just fantastic, man. Just fantastic work. There we go. So we have another, like that's his theme, man. You got a lady and you got a robot, right? And she's showing her bush off. You know how it is, right? Yeah, she got these extra long legs, right? That's a staple of Ashley's work, right? Look at that. Look at this. Look at that. Oh my god. Yeah, and you can tell right here that he's painting very thinly, right? To give that nice ghostly quality to it. There's so many ways you experiment with oil paint. It's just fantastic, man. There we go. So we got a woman in her house, and she's kind of like coming out of the house, right? But she's having some fun. You know how it is, right? Yeah. And like, look at this. Look at the quality of this paint, man. Thin, 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 right? And with the whites just nice and thick. Black. Oh my god. And it's like, it's so like there, but not. Just love it. Just love it. It's he paints very abstractly. And I just really enjoy that. Here we go. Yeah, so we have another sexy lady right here. This is more of his ink work, right? I don't know why it's in here, but it's welcome. It's always welcome. we have the Nabbler robot, right, doing his thing, nabbling on, munching on, and it just looks really, really nice. Here we go. So we have some more flowers, right, similar to the previous one, where he's got these nice, really thinly painted flowers. And on top of that, some really opaque, what do you call it? Palette knifed strokes right here. Just really, really nice. We have an astronaut woman, right? As he calls it, l'astronaut. Little star right here, you know, and you know, you look here and then you look down and you see a whoop, and you see what you see, man. You know what you see, right? And you're like, all I gotta say is very nice. Okay, very nice. And I like how the composition kind of disappears and becomes part of the shape underneath. Just really well done. I wonder if he's a fan of Dean Cornwell or and Harvey Dunn and Meat Schaefer and all those people who paint super opaquely. Yeah. All right, so we got some more l'astronaut right here. Very good. Yeah. Very high key, right? Like you can see the ghost of a previous leg. I don't know if that's purposeful, but it's cool. It adds a nice effect. Yeah, we have a woman, right? It almost looks like she's standing like horizontally. Yeah. She's getting wrapped up by a nabbler here, you know, and he's like, delicious snack right here. Ooh, yum yum yum. And we, the audience, are also like yum yum yum, right? If we're a big fan of Ashley's work as much as I am, you go yum 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 as well. Here we go, another robot, right, with that long arms. He really likes this kind of composition, right, with the long arms coming out and the woman standing right next to the bot. Yeah. I mean, it looks nice, so I can't really blame him for that. Yeah, this one's very gray, but I think I could see charcoal being used right here. It's like charcoal with maybe some oil or wash. Yeah, it's not on paper, so it's definitely like on a wall or some shit. There you go. Ooh, soft as fuck. Okay. So let's try to decipher what the fuck is going on here. You know, obviously first we see the P9, right? And we see the poussée, right? What the fuck's going on here? I see a second poussée right here. What's going on here, man? Okay, so from what I could tell, it looks like there is, you know, a woman laying on top of her man, right? I think this thing is like blocking where the face would be, right? And this is supposed to be like a fold of a blanket, right? But we know what's going on here. Come on, we know what's going on here. Soft as fuck. I love the way he does signage, man. Like, it's always so cool, and it's like I feel like it's all part of the Ashley Wood aesthetic. It's really nice. Oop, oop. Yeah. Here we go. Yeah, this is a nice like coffee book, you know, or a coffee table book, right? You know, just something just, you know, lay on the table and you're like, hey, you know what? I'll take a look, and then you're like, oh, and you're like, hey, oh, hey, this is a very nice book. Here we go. So we got another girl with her pet robot, right? I love the way Ashley exaggerates the legs, man. It's just so cool. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I don't know why, but I guess it doesn't really feel natural, but it looks right. You know what I mean? It doesn't look weird for some reason. I don't know why, but it doesn't look weird. I remember I had a friend who was trying to make a concept, and he was really inspired by Ashley Wood. And he tried making those long legs, and it did not work. Okay, and I think it was because Ashley does like natural like knee length, and then super long, like ankle to calf length, right? And then he does the heels, which makes it even longer. So maybe my friend like increased the knee too much or something, and that's what made it weird. I don't know, but this it feels weirdly natural, you know, weirdly natural. Here we go. Oh, we got another astronaut, right? Yeah, and she's sitting on some kind of like plane or some shit, right? But yeah, this is a nice painting. Look how I love the impasto right here. You know, that oil paint, the mixing of mediums, man. Look at that. This dark is going through. Oh my god, it's so loose, so nice. Yeah, and it's all leading towards that peach. Yeah, you get what I'm saying, dude? Right? That bounty, right? And I like that she's got these little freckles right here, right now, and I love that expression. It's really, really nice. Beautiful, beautiful piece right here. Yeah. Look at that. Like some weird robot, you know, with the... Oh my god, it's so cool, man. It's so cool looking. Wow. And you got a woman here, you know, going, like, fetch me a soda. And he's like, I'm out of oil. Or he's like, I got no leg. Oh, is that a little dingling? Nice. Yeah. Remember, all these pictures are overtly sexual in nature. That's how this works. Here we go. We have a woman here, right, wearing her high heels, right? And I'm guessing she's lost something under the bed. You know, she's like, "Oh, dude, where are those keys, man?" And you know, she got her ass out, right, as it were. You know how it is, right? But look at the warmth. I love the coolness of this painting and like the warmth of her legs and her ass. Yeah. There's what's going on here? It's like it almost looks like a reflection. Like, what is that? Who knows? Here we go. We have this is a really nice painting right here. Look at the texture and the abstractness. And then you go in and you get it's almost like realistic woman right here. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah, she's looking under the bed. I don't know what's going on here. Maybe if I squint, look far away. It almost looks like a robot or something. I don't know. I have no idea. Ooh. Can you imagine like a bunch of ladies coming at in the night, dude, right? Or like at a fair, right? And then instead of cars, they have their big ass robots, and then it's like, oh, Cindy, look at your new robot. And she's like, that's right, bitch. You know, I just spent 8,000 on this one. You know, boom, 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 right? And then we have here comes what do you call it, Jennifer, dude. Okay, and Jennifer has the big dick robot. Okay, right? And then they're all like, oh, oh, I heard Jennifer got a new like $40,000 robot, dude. And she's like, what the fuck, dude? And then like she comes by and she's like, hello, ladies. And she's like, oh my god, hey Jennifer. Oh my god, this is a nice new robot. And then she's like, that's right, bitch. You know, and she walks away. Damn. Damn, look at this. She's cocky, dude. She's got it, dude. She got the big dick robot, dude. Okay. All the other robots don't compare. Damn. Oh, and then you have the one other girl who's like the underdog. She's like, you know, dude, my robot, dude, it ain't expensive, but it got heart, dude. Okay, I built it myself, dude. Oh my god. There you go. That's a story right there, dude. It's like real steel, but with the girls. Here we go. We have a woman. I think this is an astronaut again, right? And then, you know, she's hooked up to these things, right? Refueling. And she's I guess adjusting her tights or some shit. Yeah, or unadjusting her tights. You get what I'm saying, right? We have, let's see. I like how he paints very thinly here, but then on the flesh it's like, you know, very thick. The ICC paint. Yeah, very nice. Okay. Oh yeah, this is part of his like heels collection, right? He does a lot of paintings where he likes to paint legs with high heels, right? And he makes all these abstract shapes. It's real cool. Real cool. It reminds me of Degas for some reason. It has that like haunting, like light, very muted quality to it, right? There we go. So we have a woman right here, you know. She got her ass out, you know, towards the camera, right? We have a second woman right here. It looks like she's holding some kind of bottle, right? So she's applying some ointment or some Vaseline or some lubricant, right? Yeah, I like how it's so like it's all so fuzzy, like you're looking at some weird kind of dream, right? That looks really nice. Yeah. Apply that ointment, woman. There we go. Oh! So we have a man and a woman, right? And they're, having a good time, right? And a woman also having a good time, right? Look at that. Look at these expressions of joy, of satisfaction. Very nice. It's what we all want, right? Here we go. Speaking of things we want, damn, dude, we have a woman of the Orient, right? Sitting on top of this big, like, floating platform thing, right? Yeah, dude, women in technology, dude, always works, dude. She's fucking, and she's hot, bro. She's sexy. I love her heels, dude. I always love Ashley's, the way he draws heels, man. So cool. Ooh. Hello. Oh, me, oh my. For some reason, I feel like she's French, like le français. I don't know why, but I do. Oh, and this is done canvas. Yeah. Look at that. This is very thinly done, and then the woman also kind of thinly done. Yeah. You could see more of the canvas than like anything else. He doesn't apply thickly on this one. It's very cool. I like how much he experiments with the canvas and wood and shit. Oh! Alright. So this is definitely wood right here. This is, I guess this is done on 2 canvases that he painted on at once, right? Yeah, you know what's going on here. Okay, we got a woman right here. She got her boobas. Okay, she got her vagu right here. And we have the Nabla right here taking a look, right? As we, the audience, also take a look, right? Very beautiful. Very, what is it called? High key, but like, with this really, harsh darkness, which I really enjoy. So it just really creates this nice, like, shape. You know, like if you squint, it creates this really beautiful shape. Yeah. I like how he just does like very subtle changes in hue and color, or hue and tone. Yeah, I don't want to sound like a dumbass right now, dude. Don't know your color theory, boy. Here we go. Is this the underdog? You know, with the shitty robot. You know, I don't know. Yeah, but she got some steps up to that robot. You know, and she's like, I got your back. You know, and she comes up here, and this is where she could hold on while her robot does her thing. This is real cool. Yeah, I could definitely see this as like a collection. You know, like pretty girls and their robots. You know, you put it all in one big thing. Choice. USDA choice, bro. Ooh, here we go. This looks like a small painting. Yeah, because like the strokes are very bold and big, right? But we have an astronaut, right? Very simplified form, right? She's taking off her pantaloons, right, and giving us a view into the process beneath the surface. Yeah, very nice. Got Nabler here looking up, right? There we go. What is going on here? Yeah, we got another woman focusing on the legs right here, but then you go up here and like the face and the like this whole area is like just kind of abstracted. I don't know what the hell's going on. If I squint, still doesn't look like anything. Yeah, but we're here to focus on the legs, right? Focus on those legs. Oh. Speaking of legs, look at this chunky ass paint, dude. He's got some old ass paint in this one. Yeah. Oh my god, that's chunky. This is chunk. Oh, chunk. Damn, dude, look at that texture. Look at that clack, clack, clack. Damn, that's bold right here. This is some bold shit right here. Wow. This one we have two women, right, enjoying each other's presence, right? Yeah. Look at that. Wow, look at this clack right here. Clack, 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 clack. This looks like it actually also is pretty small too. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe these are just huge glacks of paint. But yeah, look at that. Very nice. Oh my god, here we go. Beautiful, beautiful. This is my, I think this might be my favorite Ashley Wood painting right here. If you look at this subreddit, this is the background art, right? Not the I use the one with the white paint, but this is the same painting basically, right? Beautiful, gorgeous painting, man. And you know why I like it, man. You know why I like it. You know, you got all this beautiful tech, right? You got this beautifully rendered face right here, okay? And then you go down and whoop, what do you see? What do you see? Okay, the precious, beautiful Wagyu, okay? Beautifully done, highlighted, okay? Highlighted. This is the focal point, okay? And that takes bravery, all right? That takes someone who's like, you know what, dude? You know what, dude? I'm gonna paint exactly what I want to paint, dude. And you know what, dude? It might be controversial, bro. Okay, people might not like it, dude. But I'm gonna draw that fucking Wagyu, dude. And that's gonna be the boom center point, dude. Okay. right? First, you look at the face, okay? And then you work your way down, and what do you see? What do you see, dude? You see the precious peach, dude, the Wagyu, okay? The deliciousness, okay? And he's not shy about it, alright? People now are like, sexual, dude? And he's like, I don't give a shit, dude, okay? I'm gonna draw a straight badge, bro, okay? And I respect that, okay? Ashley Wood, if you're listening to this, dude, I respect that, okay? It takes balls to do that, dude. Right, and this shit's on like Instagram and like, you know, wherever, dude. You know, no, they don't give a fuck, dude. Yeah, that's right. And then people are like, oh, I can see so many people being offended by his art, dude. And I'm like, listen, dude, you don't get it, bro. Okay, you don't understand art for art's sake, okay? And this man, he's leading the charge, bro. Oh my goodness. He has a whole little book about how he's taken by the muses, alright? And how, like, there's gonna be people out there who are like, no, dude, this is wrong, dude, this is bad, dude. And he's like, fuck that shit, dude. This is a movement, okay? This is a rebellion, dude, okay? Right? They can't tell us what's right or wrong. They can't tell us what looks good, what doesn't look good, okay? Because you tell me this doesn't look good, dude? You tell me this ain't a beautiful painting? You tell me you don't like that Wagyu? Okay? Lies. Okay? Lies. It is human to love these things, okay? Yeah. Damn right, bitch. Okay, you tell me you don't like that tit? You tell me you don't like that titty? Hanging out? Huh? You tell me you don't like that red lighting right here? Because I actually really like that, yeah. Look at that subtle red right here. You tell me you don't like that? Lies, okay? You tell me you don't like that booty? Lies, okay? Can't get over your own insecurities, dude. Like, oh, I don't like the booty, dude. It's like BS, bro. We all like the booty, okay? We all like the tite, okay? We all like the Wagyu, okay? That's all I gotta say, dude. Until you accept it, dude, you're gonna live your life, dude, restricted, restrained, dude, okay? And who wants to live like that? No one. Now, let's look at, we looked at this one. Oh my god. I like this like red and blue combo right here. It's really, really nice. And I just, like I said, I love this little red area here with the shoe. Right? And it's got this nice blue transition into this darkness. Yeah, at first I thought this was like a lit cigarette smoke coming up, but it's not. It's a Nabbler, right? With his little his ghostly tendril, you know. Here we go. We have the robot with his woman right here on top, right? Ready to go into battle, right? Tits out. You know, some Darling in the Franxx shit. You know how it is. Here we go. Got a Nabbler, right? With a woman on top, sitting on top. You know how it is, right? And she's like, right? And then some flowers are growing out, right? Possibly symbolic of the events occurring at the moment. Look at that. I love this, like, just these powerful shapes, dude. This takes confidence, man. It takes confidence to make art like this, dude. Just bold. Look at that expression. Dude, done. Beautiful. I just love the way he does all of these, like, all this texture, man. It's so nice. Oh, here we go. Now we're getting into very Degas kind of stuff right here. This looks like a ballerina dance room or something. You know what I mean? Yeah, we got a Nabbler rolling down the stairs, right? And she's I guess she's doing a stretch, right? Or she sees Nabbler and she's curious. Yeah. But you know, she got her ass out, right? Not completely, obviously, right? But I like this little bit of red right here. Just, and then like right here on the shoe. Very nice. Adds that beautiful accent. Oh, I guess the Nabbler rolled all the way down, right? And she stands up. She's like, "Ooh, what's going on here?" Look how zoomed in this is. That's so cool. Yeah, he's just willing to experiment, man, and do some really radical shit, dude. Ooh. Here we go. Come on, come back to me. Damn. The this little star guy, you know, he's trying to take his woman back, dude. Right? From this cocoon thing, I don't know. Yeah, and she's like, you know what I mean? And we have another woman right here, and a Nabbler, right, going like, hey, you know, like, let me get some of that, dude, right? And, you know, and she's willing and able to give that juice, you know, and he's slurping it up, dude. He's like, very nice. Yes, very nice. Ooh, this one's hot, bro. Though looks like her hips are a little too high. I don't know. It's a nice painting though. Yeah, I love this expression, dude. Expression of glee, you know, this very erotic. You know what I mean? Yeah, I love these shapes, man. Beautiful, beautiful. You know, and she's having fun, right? As it were. Yeah. Love that portrait though. Really nice portrait. You can see a little bit of nip slip right there. I like how few colors he uses to get his idea through, and it looks really real, you know? Despite the lack of value. It's just like, it's almost like two-tone, and it's just really, really gorgeous. Nice stuff. This one is really abstract. You know, I always view this as like some kind of like robot woman with her like tits out, right? But I think this is like a woman like looking to the side, and her hair is like going this way. You know what I mean? Like going this way. I don't know if you guys saw that, but you know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh my goodness, what's going on here? I see legs. I see legs. Oh, I see a face right here, hidden. Is this an arm? Is this a shoulder? What the fuck's going on here? But yeah, look at this. It's so, like, experimental, so abstract. He's got, like, a pattern here. He's got, like, this whole thing's like a big pattern, right? And then you got legs, and then the face, right? And Nabbler right here. A big Nabbler eye, and just, oh my god. It's so fucking cool, man. What the hell's going on here, dude? I don't even know, but it's a feast for the eyes, bro. A feast. Oh my goodness. What the hell's going on? What is this? I swear I see an arm here, but I don't think that's her arm. Whoa. This is just cool. And then the heel, so, like, just alone right here, and just so striking. Gorgeous. Gorgeous stuff, man. There we go. Cell rotated voluntary lick. Celebrated voluntary lick. Okay, I guess. Or is that flick? Yeah, there's like another letter on the very edge of it. Celebrated volume flick. I don't fucking know, man. I don't know, but it looks like here we go. Let's look at this one, and then we'll zoom in, right? So we got a woman. on top of another woman, right? And she's having a little, she's covered in that blood, right? And she's biting the robot, I think, right? I had a very filthy thought, and I don't know if this is true, but I'm kind of getting that vibe, you know? Just telling you right now, dude. Maybe she was having a snack of this woman, right? And that snack was dripping the blood, right? You know, and then, you know, she's had her feast. She's eaten the eggs, right? And now she's riding off on her robot, right? That's the narrative I see right here. You know, and you can see like the little droplet right here. You know, cell. Yeah, that has to be what it is. Yeah. This is obviously blood, right? There's this like blood-colored droplet, right? And it's like, it's got lick right here, dude. Okay, and cells, okay? So it's, yeah, come on. That's what he's saying right here, dude. I've deciphered the story, dude. The narrative. Beautiful. That has to be what it is. Here we go. So we have another ghostly ass, right? The best kind of ghostly stuff, right? Look at this, the texture right here. You can see the actual paint right here. Beautiful. You can see this ghostly ass in the background. I don't know what's going on, but I like it. I recently saw a bunch of paintings. My friend showed me a bunch of paintings done by AI, and it has this really weird abstract look to it that looks like, if you look at the painting, it feels hollow, right? I just look it up. Like, look up AI created paintings, right? If you look at the paintings, they look like, they look all right. Some of them look like, I'm like, okay, right? But then you feel like they're soulless. You look at them, they're like there's nothing in here, right? It feels vacant, right? And I don't really know why, but like paintings like this, you know, and like they remind me of it because they have this weird abstract quality, but you don't feel like they're soulless. You feel like there's intent behind it, that there was a human soul creating this, right, with intention, right? And that intention was to show that ass, right, and some feet, bro, okay? And some of them, I don't know if this is a tete, right, but it looks like a tete, right? Not sure. Okay. Here we go. We have a skull and a astrolad, right? That's his own take on Astro Boy, right? Yeah, he's an Astro Lad. Right, nothing much to it, just a nice painting. Look at that. Look at this little detail of how what do you call it? How simply it's done, how bold the strokes are. It's gorgeous, man. Here we go. Ooh, sexy. Yeah. And he's a very, very successful artist, man. Right? His stuff sells, dude. Right? And we know why, dude. We know why, okay? Because, you know, he's got the ice cream cone, okay? And he's got that beautiful, okay? It's creamy, it's delicious, okay? And it's one of a kind, okay? You ain't gonna find any ice cream quite like this, okay? You get a double scoop, beautiful. Look at that. Oh my god, I love her expression, dude. So sensual. Yeah. Is that it? Oh, here we go. We get a nice little painting with a woman of the Orient, right? And a Nabler on top. And some flowers. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Is that the end? Oh, no, it's not. It's not the end. we got a couple more ink drawings, right? This cool ass tree, man. Yeah, you should like, and he makes a lot of different work. He makes like he makes some comics. He makes paintings. I heard people talk about like how hard he works, and like he works like all day doing art shit. Like and like when he's bored of one thing, he'll just switch to another. Oh my god, like that's the dream, man. That's the dream, to work like that, man. Be able to switch mediums and like switch the way your brain thinks, right? Going from shape to line, right? Here we go. Very similar to that other pic, right? We got a woman and a man, right? And you know, what you see what's going on, right? I don't need to explain it anymore. Oh, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, as Rodin says. Here we go. We have another like airplane type thing, right? We got Lashnaut, you know, like maybe she's going in for that assembly, right? They're checking off the helmet, right? And she's showing off, right? That sexy body, dude, right? Look at that. Look at that leg, dude. Look at that little bit of belly mush, right? Beautiful, right? Just a little bit of gush, right? Nothing wrong with that, right? We don't want too many bones sticking out. But look at that, voluptuous. Okay, gorgeous. Okay, Uzaki-chan. Here we go. And we get a little thing with the all the names of the paintings, right? Gorgeous stuff. Here we go. And that's it, dude. That's the end of this book. Ashley Wood Reader. Okay. Anything until then. Beautiful, beautiful book. Here, let me flip this over. Okay. All right, let's enter the review portion of this book. Right. You know, as you can tell, I really enjoyed this book. Right. I think it is a fantastic book. The art is really, really good. And you could kind of tell, you know, by looking through the review, if you're into it, if you're not into it, right? I love this shit, right? I'm a huge fan of Ashley Wood's work, right? It's so bold. It's so, like of its own quality, aesthetic for aesthetic purposes. You know, he does so many different things. And, there's a reason he's huge, man. There's a reason he is huge right now. And he has his own following, very niche following that supports him. So he can make whatever he wants, right? And it sells. And I'm just, man, I really love his work, man. I really, really love this book, right? I think it's sold out right now. I'm not sure. I'll look it up. I'll be providing a link down below, right, for you guys to see, not see this book, but to see if you could buy this book, right? This is the first book out of 2. Right, I have the second one. Do not worry, guys. Right, so we could be looking at that. That one contains more of his ink work, right, as opposed to this one. But it's slightly bigger. But this one has mostly his painting work, right, which I love. Right, this is fantastic. Right, it's a nice little book. Right, like I said, you can put it on your coffee table. Right, have people look. Right, and they're like, oh, what's this? Right, and then they look through, and then they start seeing the Vagu and the ass, and they're like, hey, dude, this is a pretty nice goddamn book, right? I was not expecting this. Okay. Yeah, dude. Highest recommendation for this book, man. Okay, it's small, it's compact, it's full of artwork, right? It has really cool artwork that you're not gonna see, and it's very, very limited. Okay, he does not make, like, when he makes a book, he'll sell the book, and then that's it, dude. Right, and then you won't get it anymore. So, if you guys haven't seen Ashley Wood's work, I really recommend you check it out. Right, become a Ashley Wood fan like me, and become addicted to his artwork, like, you know, all of the fans are, man. Yep. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. I think I'm gonna end it here, guys. Right. Please like the video if you liked the video. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Ring that. No, not ring the bell. Comment down below. Tell me how you guys feel about Ashley Wood's work. Ring that bell for notification. All that bullshit. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Thanks a lot.